Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're well. Sorry for the delay yet again. I always have slightly different problems, an anecdotal life. So I hope you're doing well. I'm burning up. I don't know how it is with you. The energies are very quite intense. Welcome to the One True Unique Ascension Matrix. And let's make the impossible possible and complete this nonsense because, as we said, we're bored and we're ready to move on. The paths have been cleared and we're ready to fly. That's what I see. Who else is with me? So I know it's been intense. I'm just reading a couple of comments here. Hi, Neil. Hi, Luna, Mike. Sorry, Love Light Sound Oneness. David, Natalia, Tony, anyone's name I can't pronounce, and anyone who doesn't want to name themselves, I welcome you all. I hope you're doing okay. As I said, I'm burning up, so if I need to pat myself with a little bit of tissue, that's why. So these are the plasma waves. Welcome to New Earth Ascension. We are ready for liftoff. We have collected all the codes. We have reclaimed all our keys and codes, at least the forerunners. We are ready to lift off Lightship Earth. Okay, so let's try and do this. Do our best. Everything as always is else is up to source and divine frequency alignment. But as you know me, I like to keep making it happen. And obviously I can't help myself and to keep doing that. So all really by divine guidance. That's why a lot of the things I do are kind of last minute, a lot of the time. So thank me for those that are joining. Hi, Julie, Nikki, Lindsay, Sabina. I really hope we're going to get to see each other at the party soon. And hi, Sharon, and get to dance because I think we need to dance. We need to move this energy. So after a lot of exhaustion, many of us can feel now a lot of energy coming in. Yesterday, it was a lot more like wanting to dance. Today, not so much. It's, again, a lot of high frequency light and a lot of clearings coming in, especially around the heart area. And they make us really release any remaining grief, any remaining sadness, any feelings of loss and separation we might still feel. With that, obviously, is also the programming coming up, especially about love and relationships and us connecting again, because, again, part of the Luciferian agenda has been very much the attack on the heart and us closing down our hearts. So it's obviously not just the negative alien agenda or, fallen angelics that have the issue with a black heart affliction. We all have had our hearts closed up and protected, and we had needed to establish boundaries. We've been, very much retrieving into our caves because we needed to, in order to also sovereignly be able to access our true self and without any outside interference or as little as possible. And again, you can also do this with people also, who are on the same journey, who want to grow along with you. But a lot of us had to do this quite in a lonely way, let's put it that way. And again, alone, all oneness is very much connected. So, because at God's source level, we really, there's only one of us here. And that's the quintessence of much of what we're going back to. One thing, actually, before I forget it, because last time was talking about what Ascension is really about. Mainly, that's what I not made so clear maybe, but I do talk about all the time. It's your direct connection to source. Okay, it's you becoming at one with source. So beyond all layers, compartmentalizations, and density layers, it is all one, and that's what we're merging with. And we keep looking at things very much from a 3D separated kind of type of mind perspective. So that's why it's also often hard to really encompass in words what really is going on and what we're accessing right now. But I really would implore you to go limitless, timeless, dimensionless, and fearless, most of all, because the old matrix was very much based on fear-based programming. Programming is thought forms and belief systems, and they really thought creates matter, thoughts matter. And obviously it's also together with the heart, but we've been very much operating from a mental space, and that's obviously not the way forward, because when we create just from a mental space, disconnected from our heart, which is the access to our soul and our higher identity levels, we create things like AI, and what is trying to mimic an organic heart-based intelligence, because it's not as if you're getting rid of the mind, far from it, but it's just the mind is more like a receiver and receptor, more than trying to figure it all out within our little brains, even if we could grow them bigger or can or whatever. But ultimately, it's very much down to the heart coherence, the ability to open up our hearts now, after so much having had to close them down whilst it was under restoration and healing, really. Because every time we have been hurt or attacked or whatever, we really, most of us have chosen deeper and deeper levels of love, deeper levels of understanding, deeper levels of wisdom, because that's what's really hidden in the pain. And within our heart energies, it's really where the wisdom is locked in. So that's what we're really trying to open up a little bit more today. Many people maybe know, and I haven't really been speaking so much about it. I very much relate to, if I want to identify with anything, with being here to be divine love embodied. And I'm very much trying to figure this out, what this really means, as all of us really do, because it doesn't mean just wide open arms and let's all, sing the kumbaya together, although on a higher level, yes, we do. But there are many different layers of love or ways of love. And it was really about us figuring out the self-love together with the love for others, and how can we combine this, and the right and the left brain and the heart and the mind. And that's really the masculine, the feminine, and heaven and earth. It's all interconnected, interrelated, the micro and the macro, the same as what happens with our heart is connected with the core of the earth, and it's connected with the cosmic heart and the heart in Andromeda, which is our Milky Way's twin galaxy. And that's our true north. So far we have been in the core of the earth, and the staff, which is our vertical connection, our vertical line, central column, has been feeding into a phantom matrix system, and the axial tilt is proof of that, which is now being corrected, and we are again facing into our true north. And that's why we're here for today, to really tap into that new pure source connection through Sirius and Andromeda and Lyra, back to source, and the 12-pointed tree of life, not 10. And that's the base coding for all divine human and cosmic life now, because the whole point is what happens here on Earth is not just about Earth and little us, but very much a cosmic undertaking that's so quantum. We can't put it into words, but we try our best, and it really goes beyond time and space and certainly gravity. And we have really now, especially with the series of the last 10 days, so thank you so much for those that have taken part. I know it wasn't so many this time, and I get it, many different reasons for it, but thank you for those that, been in stealth mode and been trying to write this with me, not just on this earth plane, but also beyond. The great help we do receive, and we really helped clean up this freaking mess and cleared the decks for us now to be truly able to access all we've reassembled, all we've recollected, all that we have reclaimed and are now remembering, and have already opened also with, I mean, really a series of activations. And obviously it's not just, and it's not me really doing it. It's like, you know, who's doing this? It's me being a conduit and a facilitator for higher frequencies to work through me and to anchor these instruction sets. And we all have them, just different parts to it. That's why I'm always so happy to support people and encourage them to share their gifts, because we all carry keys and codes that are important. And anyway, so together we make this happen. And when we come together and do these remote or live activations like today, it reverberates out to the whole field. And it doesn't even need to, I mean, if it's 2 and more people really dreaming the same dream, you know, and with the right codes, you can really make a lot of magic happen. So I have to say, we're really thin on masculines. Where are you? Because I can feel you, 1111. As in, there's such a huge merging happening within the masculine and feminine. And the divine union's now completing at a collective and at the way shower level. And there's a lot of shift and change energy. But yeah, anyway, there weren't so many around. I mean, usually there aren't that many around, are there? So anyway, I thank you so much for those that were and are there. So, and your self-support always, David. And in general, there is a lot of divine union energies, divine love energies, very much connected to our hearts, also to the whole twin flame journey. I just want to, at this point, mention, and I think I mentioned maybe in one of my writings before, but I really got the message and wanted to share that very much when the twin flames were split, the masculine, the feminine, the androgynous body, so masculine and feminine were one, and in some star systems we still have this. We also, at a higher level, why this has really also happened is that we can individually, sovereignly come to divine union and ascend on our own. So also in masculine and just feminine bodies, without needing another person as such to come to completion with this process, which maybe on another level we would have needed because we were 2 in 1. Okay, so that's also why the alchemization is happening, and it's why it's so important also not make this down to a person, and in general, you know, the transcendence of attachment to people, places, things, the material world, and how we think it really works is so important. And the, you know, things like death, such a big part of the ascension process. And what I've always believed, that was definitely sure about, that the path is definitely a path of acceleration and exponential growth, and ultimately about being in divine union with all life everywhere. Because if you have an extreme mirror shown up to you, and that happens in many family settings as well, in many other situations, and also I believe twin flames don't need to be of, you know, kind of romantic nature. So anyway, and it's really there to support the polarity integration that we're all there for. And we really have to transcend at the moment all notions and ideas of what we think needs to happen, doesn't need to happen, or if you maybe be attached to a person, to really transcend this and let it all go and really just surrender it all to source, everything, all your fears, all your attachment to maybe your job, fear of losing your house, fear of a, you know, dark winter ahead of us, that someone, you know, some are pushing off, you know, that we don't want to experience. So what we are working on is the quantum leap to the organic ascension reality, which is here timelessly available now. As I can see, we've done the work. The stargates are open. We've been cleared and keep activating them since the Giza 8-8 gateway especially. And we're going to try and finish the job today. Again, it's not just us. It's happening at many layers and levels, and people are doing and it's a timeless quantum operation, and missions and completions that are all rolling into one as I see it. Ultimately, simplified, this is for me about the opening of our sacred crystal hearts. So the activation will be very much more about light language and sound healing today than me using too many English words that we might try to understand or can understand and try to make sense of it, and try to bring us all more into a meditative space where everybody can travel a little bit on their own. And I would really appreciate later on for people to, it's 2222, 2222, thank you. I would very much appreciate people later on to maybe, give some feedback if they can or want to or have any type. And also donations are very much appreciated. Everything I do is donation based. If it does help you, it is very important that we do, support one another, because we're all here to walk each other home. And those of us who've been giving a lot to the community, for those who can give back in a donation type, monetary gift type of way, that's very much appreciated, not just me, but other people as well. And if not, a thank you, a comment, a like, a share, that's what helps us all. Okay. And it's very important to keep that going and to keep each other encouraged. That's what I do, a lot of what I do, trying to keep us all in the higher spirits, and just understand, as I always try to say, we are making this happen. We are the boots on the ground. We are God source embodied. So it's not just us waiting for God source, something out there, some mighty force, okay, in heaven, or our galactic brothers and sisters to come down, which are us, which is the whole point of the whole multidimensional integration. That's how we bring all of this online. So it's not about waiting, reading, listening to anyone talking about this, what happened, what will happen, whatever. It's about, for me, how are we making this happen? And this is like in every moment, every now moment, we keep co-creating the future, every word, thought, feeling, belief, action, every creation. And that's really what it's all about for me. And we really need to realize that power. That's how we reclaim it. We need to reclaim our gifts and powers by using them, by believing in them, by believing in ourselves, but trusting in them, and by knowing we can make this happen. And again, it's a fine balance between making it happen and full surrender. So discipline and surrender is the flow state, because yes, it's not about ego opposing and controlling anything, because that's the old, patriarchal controlling type realities we are dissolving and leaving behind, which we do through infusing more love and infusing higher frequencies. But it's also a lot of, no nonsense here. So we do have firm boundaries, but it's also now about really opening our hearts and trusting ourselves, trusting our intuition and our feelings, our inner knowing, our inner guidance system, to lead us to the right people, to lead us to the right opportunities, for them to literally come to us through the new super magnetism of the divine Holy Mother that is coming and returning, and that we are. Okay, the Saphira, Christos Saphira, the new Christos, Sophia blueprint, the masculine and the feminine that we are here to embody, and that the divine human race carries the cosmic blueprint for all other races, for their rehabilitation of blueprints, but they do have to align with the law of one, and everybody else is going with the final event taking place. And the message I've received today was very firm and brief, that decisions have been made. We're going ahead. Okay. And yes, we had similar messages before, but this one was very much like, we have been beyond patient. I think we can all feel this in our own lives, where we have been patient with a lot of things or people. And then it's like, okay, I still love you, but let's move on in different directions, because this is just not, serving us, and we're not on the same page. And it's very much to do with frequency alignment. And, it's nothing about judgment, but the future is very much unified, but you also have more realities kind of that are, where like frequency, minds and souls, people, bodies, come together, where you're still in unity with the whole and you interact with all the other groups, but you will also be within groups, so it's like a big bubble with loads of different other bubbles, and then you own your own little bubble, okay, bubbly universe, and all interconnected and still one and all interacting, but you will have much more resonance with the soul groups and people you're surrounded with. That's definitely what I've been seeing, that we've been calling on for quite a while now, but especially lately with a lot of the, whenever we have opposing feelings happening, so if you feel alone, or we have friends or things happening, or, whatever, feeling let down, heartbroken, or whatever it may be, by the people around us, which has been happening a lot, it's part of it is obviously the karmic storylines closing, but it's also for us then, through the contrast, we also know what to ask for. So we know what to ask for now in all kinds of relationships. So we can co-create in harmony and balance with each other without competition and jealousy and all that nonsense. And everybody's free, but also fully committed. That kind of reality. And that's what we're really accessing. I can feel it. Many of us can feel the multidimensional new one-true organic creatrix feel around us, although it's not fully visible yet. But again, any moment now, we're going to be waking up in a whole new world. That's all I see. All I keep feeling is we are done here. Enough of the forerunners are. And it's literally a frequency game. And I very much feel tonight and over the coming days, in no time, ultimately always. And again, in divine alignment, all will come together, click fully into place, and it's beyond done. And we'll be dancing together at the party, okay? So let's do that. Now I'm going to have a quick look over the last few comments. I'm going to do a quick review of what I've seen happening yesterday, and then we do the activation. I'm not going to keep it too long for those that are hanging on. Thank you so much all for being here. I know last time also, sorry, I didn't click the right button for saving the chat, so I couldn't go back to if there were any questions left. It has been an honor, Ashley. It really has been an honor. And thank you all for doing all the work you've been doing in whichever way. Seriously, this is not about us ultimately, being all public and out there, but who we are being in every moment. Even if you don't get it right all the time, as long as we keep loving it all up, because we're transmuting a lot of crap here. And I know through my own journey, that's what was one of the items for today. The difficulty of this journey, and this is what a lot of us have been now accessing as part of the core wounds that have needed to be healed and accessed and felt for the final release, is the intensity and the heaviness and all we've been through. And this needs to be fully acknowledged and felt. And that's often been triggered by maybe something in our reality, triggering those feelings and experiences that we had in other lifetimes. And I know from my kind of darkest days that, nothing would need to even happen in my reality, and I would just feel all kinds of feeling. I mean, I'm also connected really very deeply to the whole collective on a very deep level and shifting a lot of crap. But I know also a lot of people who are connected to my work and do very much the same alchemical transmutational work. A lot of people who have a lot of Blu-ray energy in them, especially. But, it's not even about putting anything into boxes. We all do this. Everything I speak about always, we all do. But, there are certain areas that we will be more focused on. We all just have different jobs. But again, ultimately, this is about us just facing it all, trying to be our truest version at all times. It's just not giving up and wanting to do the work, wanting to really look at your shadows and wanting to transcend it without judging it. And, even if you do, you just keep neutralizing it. That's the fun thing. Whenever we want to try to transcend anything, you need to go all in. So if you want to transcend judgment, go into the judgment, have a judgment fest. whatever it may be, but just be aware of your process. So the way I do it is I go forth and back. I know what I'm doing whilst I'm going into it. But it's like you're playing a role whilst you're feeling it and you're also observing it. So you're the three states in one. And that for me is really the magic to transmutation. It's why I've been very well trained over the eons to do this work and to literally transcend and alchemize and transmute the dark energies, the really dark consciousness. I had to push myself many times right to the edge of the insanity of this consciousness. And it's a fine line and fine walk that we need to walk, but it really gives you strength. Okay, so I believe we are being given what we can ultimately take, and but maybe what I can take you can't take, and what another person can take I couldn't take, that kind of thing. So we all have different challenges, and it's not a competition. It's not about comparisons. It really, really isn't, especially between the masculine and the feminine. Because I do believe and have seen competition, jealousy is at the core of a lot of the separation in what we have seen. So once we can fully love ourselves as we are, in our uniqueness, because who made any rules and boxes anyway? It's people. We are free. And that freedom is again not granted to us, but it's something we embody. It's a frequency we embody. And yes, we have had many restrictions put on us from the outside realities, but in order to break out from the inside out, like out of the egg, literally, like the dragon's out of the egg now, okay? Because we've been in stasis, and we need to free ourselves and reclaim all of ourselves and just realize everything else. This is a dream. It's a bad dream. Sorry, there's a stupid motorbike in the neighborhood, but it's too kind of humid and warm if you hear this. Anyway, so we just need to realize that we're here to transcend all of that has been, let it all go now, move on. Everybody else will be moved along with us. What I'm seeing is with also the phantom matrix and false light matrix fully collapsing, and the timeline split has already happened, we're past it, is that I really do not see anyone with a good heart going down with it. Okay. So as long as you are tilted towards the law of one and have a good heart and intention, I really wouldn't worry about it. And the funny thing is also ultimately failure, getting it wrong, and even death, as I have spoken about many times before, is such an illusion, especially when you get to the level of oneness. So not making it, getting it wrong, it's like source is always self-correcting. We always, that's deja vus, we keep coming back into timelines and keep correcting them. A lot of us do conscious timeline work, others do it unconsciously, a lot of it dream time, and so forth. So, and in the oneness, you never die anyway. And even if you would, as a separate consciousness, the soul consciousness, which is a teeny tiny part of you, go back to source as a starfire return and then come back and can't remember who you really, your old identity, would still be able to access it within the big consciousness of the oneness. Like there's nothing ever lost. Okay, especially where we are going now. We've been in amnesia for so long. That's stopping now. It's gone. Same for the quarantine. It's gone. Gone, gone, gone. We've done amazing work. It's done. You need to now quantum leap to there. And I said before, as soon as we have enough of this cleared, we just quantum leap to the one true organic ascension timeline, like awakening from a dream. Because it's never really been real. We've been running a simulation. It's like taking off our goggles and waking up in another reality, more symbolically speaking. But that's how you can see it. Okay, so it's an artificial overlay that's fully dissolving now, along with the false light matrix. And again, I wouldn't worry about anyone. And if anything, we will remember more. And we are already remembering a lot more. And these core wounds have to be felt really deeply in order to release them. And don't tell yourself you shouldn't feel them, because you need to feel both things at the same time. You just need to feel your part fully, being hurt or whatever, and then also kind of and then you feel your anger towards the other person without sending it to them. Keep it just in your field, okay, and send it back to source. Don't direct it at anyone if you can, and remember. And But then you also go into why they are doing what they're doing to try and understand their part. But, it doesn't diminish your parts. You don't gaslight yourself. And then you unify it all once you have burned through all of your emotions, which this is really all of about, and the energy. And again, send it back to source for transmutation. And then at one point you would just be able to let it go. And a lot of this has to do with forgiveness. And when we can't forgive, the way I have experienced it, and I bet it is for everyone, is that you're somewhere not forgiving yourself for something. So you just need to go a bit deeper. If there's an unwillingness to forgiveness, it's something you're projecting onto another person. Might be something unrelated or related, but it really is, like, I've realized it myself. And then once you can really go deep and really fully forgive yourself because you didn't know better, but now you do, you can also do this for everyone else. And that sets everyone free, because this is the end of karma. As I said, many of us have now fully done with the whole karmic lessons, the karmic load. We've been clearing all this also collectively. Because again, we're like the ground crew here, the last ones off the boat, to clear all of this, because Gaia is a living soul and organism, so are we. And ultimately, we're not going anywhere, we're transforming this time. And it's a highly alchemical process that we're rebirthing through us. All right, and it's outside of time. We need to transcend linear time altogether. And it's all about access and consciousness and aligning with that frequency. And you need to feel it all, cry it out, punch your pillows, scream in the woods, chop wood, whatever needs to be, run, dance, whatever it may be. There's also a lot of sexual energy coming online. So you might want to release and clear your chakras that way, whether on your own or with someone else. So basically a lot is now just clearing, as I said before, through our morphogenetic field, which you can imagine like a big, at this point, disco bubble around us, which full of crystalline diamond white light, and diamond light always has shining off rainbow around it. And basically our hearts opening white, which then also turn, like they really are very, very white right now, but often I see a blue in the middle. And they're really clearing our whole fields, and we can go, if we do our own energy work, and what we're going to be doing today as well is go at the planetary level and cosmic level again. Okay. So, before I also forget to say it, donation details are underneath, just in case anyone was wondering, in the comment box. So I'm just going to go through a quick check on my details, and I wanted to give a quick update also on yesterday's activations that we finalized. So obviously a lot of upgrades and clearance coming in, a lot of the plasma waves, and also the magnetic field has been basically long-term damaged and is constantly cracking and breaking and receiving energies from all sides. Literally 7 sides I read today. We're now at 7, which is one of my favorite numbers. So basically we have a lot of nausea and dizziness, vertigo, digestive issues, fruitical activations, which again are third eye, crown, back of your head, gut of mouth, high heart. And they are really bringing also your galactic memories online and activating pineal and pituitary gland and all these centers around the head. And also at the moment we have a lot of soul star activation, and also heart twinning and crown twinning activations. And basically these also will affect your sinuses a lot, so headaches, nausea, that kind of thing. So I would really say and a lot in our sacral and solar plexus areas. So it's really everywhere, obviously. So anything and everything is this. Again, nature, if you can, and the weather is okay. Earthing really helps you also to adjust to the shifts in the magnetic field and the magnetosphere and the poles. And also to help you really heal, to really tune into that energy. It can really help with pain, and it will help you really balance and also feel a little bit more calm. And there's been a lot of, not being able to really rest or It's kind of, you're tired, but we have a lot of electric and magnetic, especially magnetic energy now with the magnetic peak. In the month of August, to have a lot of magnetic energy, which is supporting our magnetic field shift to the supermagnetism, organic magnetism. And basically, this just needs a lot of connecting to the earth from us. And it's very much part of the Ascension, as I've been shown, and also through the connection in Giza and the Emerald Heart Grid, to also clear any remaining reversals in the grid, which is what the magnetic shift and pole shift is also about. And I really have not, this is not as catastrophic as anyone makes out to be. And again, this is, you know, you need to question everything we've ever been taught, okay, of what's really happened, especially history, and what's good for us and what isn't, and what might or might not happen. So anyway, and also again, this is a holographic projection simulation, and things are much more malleable than you think they are. There's a lot of shape shifting going on, and that's part of also the re-encryption from the auroras from the Andromeda galaxy, who are also connected very much with the auroras we see on planet Earth, which are bringing the plasmas for the re-encryption online for ourselves and for the planetary body. So a lot has already shifted at a sacred geometry level and meta level and the elemental level. So also with the periodic table expanding and minerals we have lost, again, we are tuning into and now literally quantum leaping back to the future where we should have been if the fullest has never happened. But with the lessons learned, memories gained, but it's literally like a wiping of our memories, but we will remember what happened, but more like a bad dream. So it will, again, not keep repeating on loop in the background, subconscious, like any of our old other programming that we've been, again, clearing loads of over the last 10 days, especially. That's all based, you know, what the old matrix is based upon, all the limiting false inverted programming that's not serving us. And we really need to see whatever we're trying to access now, new opportunities also, they are like totally different now, because that's what we're seeing now. It's like whenever you try and access something, you're shown, and then maybe some programming of fears or emotions, whatever comes up, and then it's like, oh no, but it's not relevant anymore, because now everything is different. Okay, so it might look the same, but it's really different because we have changed. And any true long-lasting change only comes from within first, and then the outside changes, not the other way around. I've learned that in my childhood already. So it doesn't matter where you move, anything, you keep taking yourself with you, and you need to change in order for your realities to properly change. And that's what we've been doing on behalf of all. And whatever we activate in the field, everybody else can pick up on much more quickly. So it's really about, especially when we come to quantum leaps, we take them when we overcome any major fear. Because again, the old matrix is based on fear programming, so belief systems and thought forms, and we can overcome them as we really just face them and sit in it, or, you know, go for it, or whatever it may be, in order for the fear to just be purged through your system. Because that's all it wants to really do. And then you see, all right, because most bad scenarios we make up in our own heads, and they're not even real. And then the more fear we overcome, the higher the exponential growth. And also, it's really not linear. So what's happening is that you can now see that whatever you might put your sight on, it's not, you know, okay, I need to, let's say, just for an example, housing for me, okay? And also as a feedback, because I know people at the time also sent me money to help me get a deposit and everything together. And thank you so much, because that really helped me over the last few months when I really needed that reserve. But basically what has happened is also through the whole Ukrainian crisis now in Ireland, where we already had a housing crisis, it's gotten way worse. And it's just, every time I look at it, it's like kind of soul destroying. So at the 3D level, even if I would go back to a sales job, most of my money would be going to my rent. And the thing is, most people want a professional, no cats and all of that stuff. So anyway, and all kids. And then basically it seems at the 3D level almost possible to find a solution. And it's been like this, you know, again and again when I looked at the whole situation, but it's not becoming any better. So anyway, so we're really going for miracles. And I was asked by someone I know today in the shop, you know, because she's in a similar situation. Anyway, and I was just saying, and that's what we do, every word, thought, feeling. I said, I'm working on making the miracles happen any moment now. Okay, because that's literally what we need. And that's how I go about everything. It's now full alignment with that knowing, because I know, because we're not just doing this for ourselves. And contentment to one level is good, but then also being uncomfortable serves a whole purpose, which I've known along, that I'm on purpose in, you know, situations that I know are very global and are very collective, and I'm here to transcend them, help to bring about the freedom and abundance for everyone, which we all are, again, you know, which we all share. And it's really miracle time, exactly, Victoria. And we're here to make it happen. And if we don't believe in the magic, you know, and that's where we've come to, isn't it? And I can understand it's been hard. It's hard to keep believing, keep holding the vision, keep holding the frequency. I know it. I'm even living this every day with you, okay? It's not as if I'm having fun all day long. Very far from it. So, but it's really about us realizing it's a frequent shift of knowing now that we came here to make the miracles happen, and that's what we're doing. And it has been very hard. Of course it has. And you all need to just really own it. Those who really still feel a lot of that heartache or heaviness and, you know, just the past dragging you down or feels very heavy, just feel it in order to release it. It's really an old story that you're now ready to let go of, as long as you see the lessons, but just ask for it to be shown to you. It can be very quick now, okay? But you need to be willing to let go. That's the prerequisite for New Earth. And because we can't take that shit with us, and it only happened, and we've co-created all of it in order to learn the lessons. And we're done now, collectively, because I know this has been about the one mind. And enough of us are there now. That's what I see. So, yeah. So the importance of healing our core wounds is that also they hold the memories, the same with our heart, that really holds the sacred keys and codes for our ascension, that unlocks, again, higher multidimensional integration, but also is what really ignites, because it's connected to Earth's core, and brings about the shift. So I really see this as a supernova of the heart event. That's why we want to open our heart a little bit, open more. But one more thing about the difficulty of this journey, it really is, I mean, and many times I had felt like suicidal. And that was also partly, and you might have lately have been feeling this or having these thoughts, because it is part of the mind control machinery and us being targeted people, some of us more than others, and having thoughts projected into our minds. And I've been used to this now for a few years, but it had been over the last time quite intense. And even by knowing what's going on, what's also beneath it is a deep yearning for death take me, because it's been torture, literally. This has been like a torture chamber, like a simulation torture chamber. That's what I was kind of realizing the other day. So because we had all these different souls parts of us stuck in other realities and other timelines that we have been clearing and healing for our work, that we're being tortured and raped and hung and killed and all of this, and poisoned, okay, over and over and over again. That's what caused the soul fragmentation. So we have to feel the feelings in order to release it. And this is what it is, accessing our wisdom. And it's very much through the frequency of divine love, which we have coming in a lot right now. So there's a lot of feelings to be felt. 10 to 11 years. I mean, suicidal thoughts. I mean, I had in my teenage years some experiences with that, or like a suicide attempt. I actually ended up in a clinic, and twice in my life, 3 times. Yeah. But each time it's actually funny, because I can see right through it, and it's like, you can't really help me here. Because obviously it's multidimensional. It's so much, you know, that you then have to heal yourself and figure out what the heck is really going on down here. And we need to really understand the amount of interference and energetic attacks. For so long, I did not know what was going on. And I thought I just have so much karmic shit, and I was such a bad person. And I just just felt so bad by having so much to transcend, where now I understand much better. There was so much collective shit, plus because I'm an ancient soul. So it's like the more you just have to clear, and the more DNA strands you have to clear, the higher your purpose is here, you have more interference. So ultimately, the harder your freaking track record and journey has been, the kind of, higher purpose you are serving here. So it's all upside down and inverted. The same whenever we go through clearings, just know that you're, afterwards you're getting to the opposite. Okay. So all this clearing, we're obviously ready for the massive expansion of our lifetimes. And I really feel it's here. We are on the other side. And we're going to get this done. And again, in divine no time, timelessly so. Keep tuning into the 0 point field. Keep, neutralizing it all. Keep reminding yourself this is a simulation. It's a dream. Keep reminding yourself these are stories ultimately. And we're all here in a grand theater. Okay. And all playing our roles. That's the only way you get to transcend that. Otherwise, you go insane. And creativity is such a huge part of transcending the psychosis. And I think many of us have felt this. If for the last 2.5 years I hadn't done what I'm doing, I would have gone insane. Because it's really what gets us out of the insanity, the creativity, whatever that may mean for you. But I can highly recommend it because it's really the key to a lot. And also, obviously, these are also our extra abilities. This is really what we're here for. We're here to create. We're not here to just work hard, of course, physically. This is kind of now the past, okay? And where we go into is we create out of thin air, literally, and we are, realizing we're projecting this from the inside out. It's not all as, it's a lot more malleable, reality than we think it is. Ultimately, all, sound and color and sacred geometries, and obviously a little bit more to that, but you get me, at a higher level that can be shapeshifted, and it is being shapeshifted. And I can feel it with my own body, and I do believe we bring our body back, otherwise we wouldn't be getting through all this pain. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day where I don't need to take any more painkillers. I can tell you that much, because it's not been fun. Now, I do believe you don't really, as you get to a higher consciousness, nothing can really poison you. Okay. And of course, we like to go for higher frequency or as pure and organic as we can be. But again, everybody's different and needs to decide that for themselves. So I still do take, painkillers, for example, because I have still, I get especially migraines sometimes, and I don't want to be dealing with that, quite frankly, because it can get quite bad. Anyway, so just keep coming back to your heart, keep coming back to 0 point, keep just releasing and feeling it all. Just keep going with the flow. There's nothing to get ultimately wrong here. Keep transcending, releasing any fears. Imagine all the things that could go right. Know that you've learned your lessons. Trust yourself. And even if you get it wrong, that's still an experience. That's the only way we learn, is through bad experiences and, when things go wrong. But I really do believe everything had to happen the way it did in order to get us here. I don't think there had been any other way. I mean, there had been millions of other ways, but this was kind of the highest way ultimately, everything put together. And, it's all about experience. So that's why we need to fully transcend good versus evil, right, wrong, compartmentalization, dogmatism. These are all the religious belief systems that the false realities were ultimately based upon, right at the bottom. That's what's all releasing and clearing now. So it will be interesting to see how that happens. I've been also tuned into the Unholy Three again, which is the Vatican and Washington, D.C., the, what I call it, obelisks there, and then at London embankment. Anyway, so very much overdue. That's literally been, cleared out to the bottomless pit that it is, along with all the other dark vortexes and temples and black magic grids. So it's, again, just I would recommend to you just keep calling in more light, keep talking to your DNA. Sound healing is very great. Light language, do with your own voice. command your body, really tune in the silence to your instruction sets, your gifts and abilities, your memories coming back. Okay, nobody can do this for you. There's not one way. And really go freestyle as intuitively, I would say. And with all also the energetic pushback in the last from the field last week, that's also what's causing us obviously to feel exhausted and deflated, and also the upgrades. It's a wild mix of everything really together that has caused a lot of the heaviness as well over the last week. So, and I want to just say to those people who might felt like nobody's, liking their posts, or nobody's interested in what they're doing, and felt a little bit deflated by maybe not enough feedback from the field. I've been feeling it too. It's really a lot of the shadow banning as well. It always happens around important times. It's every time it's the same. It's also cyclical. And then we're also transcending any more kind of attachment to needing any kind of validation. I mean, ultimately for me, it's always about trying to get my work out there with as many people as possible. I don't really care about numbers, but also obviously it's good to feel ultimately appreciated, and that, you feel you're making a difference. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be doing what we're doing and sharing. We just do it for ourselves. But just know that it's many other things, and we're really clearing out also any remaining kind of insecurities and doubts and disbelief and hopelessness, all of these lifetimes where it hasn't worked out, where our hopes and dreams were dashed also over the last many years, and really stepping back into, because we need to release that again, okay, it's energy held in our bodies from all those lifetimes, to access the knowingness that now it's all new, and we are creating and projecting all new realities out there, okay, as one, unified, merged, healed and rebirthed now. It's all within. It's all about, divine union and self-love, all within. And then that is what shifts everything. So it's really what, that's why whatever we do for ourselves, we do for everyone else. It's in the field, but it's really, what is the key to it all, and the self-love, figuring that out, and not, obviously going towards narcissism and still service to others. It's really the service to one, and the balancing of it all. And sometimes we can be there more for others than at other times, and sometimes we really need a lot of alone time. We can't extend ourselves or get too involved, and that's what we need to learn. And it's all about balance in all areas of our lives, really. What this is all about for me, that's the Holy Trinity and the oneness. It's the balance between the extremes, between the polarities unified as one within the Holy Trinity. And so as feedback from yesterday also, so we extended out the diamond white flame to cosmic and multidimensional layers. So we was encompassing, and still is, and that we were working with again today, encompassing, purifying, transforming, re-encrypting and ascending, really all that is the whole field cosmically, multidimensionally, the one true organic extension creatrix field as one. It's one consciousness. This comes all back to consciousness. It's all interconnected, okay? Because again, this is a cosmic reset of the one consciousness as I see it. It's all totally new, different. So also with the AI net and artificial matrix simulation and overlays now in full dissolution mode, our electricals and AI has become very glitchy, and we continue to have massive heart and core activations, as I call them, holy heart activations, opening up our hearts ever wider to unlock the treasures that are in there. And basically we've been flooding the grids, the field and the heart grids with also Holy Trinity, the Holy Grail, Divine Union and Love Codes, Ascension and Oneness Keys and Codes especially. And again, this is all ultimately related to certain frequencies also within of our DNA and the golden timelines that we're activating. So when we're talking about this, it's just frequencies and energies that are coming in strongly. And that's what I call them. And I know maybe other people are using these words as well. Again, I play with words, and you may not take everything so face value, see it more symbolically, see it more abstract, see it more archetypal. That's how I like to see reality, because again, it's all a projection, a simulation in itself. So again, take as always, and all I share in any way, also the material of others, take what resonates, leave the rest, as with all things. And basically, so flatten the grids and return to our original innocence before the fall with the lessons learned. So it's really now just a heavy burden. I don't know if you feel it, but I felt a heavy burden really lift, because we've been removing all the remaining karmic load, AI net, all the technology like health in our bodies, health in our field, health at the planetary level, the miasma, and all that stuff. And as I said, also the seals and the membranes over the last week that has kept us from activating the higher strands fully of DNA, and also was part of the quarantine. So just let it all go. The purity of our diamond crystal hands is returning and reigning. And we are emanating very powerful energies from our center, from our chest. And this really feels like it's ready to explode and fully open in what will seem like the twinkling of an eye. And eons upon eons, melting away any remaining blocks held that prevented us from fully opening and accessing its sacred wisdom, infinite power, and magic. Okay? That's what we're going to make happen. So we're really accessing the quantum field now. So, oh yeah, and as I was writing that, actually, literally a butterfly came flying into the room, almost into my face, took a round, and then left again. Usually they're caught here. It was very interesting. So that was fun. So as I was writing, we are accessing the quantum field now, in which infinite possibilities present themselves. So it's done. Now we're ready for, and then I was also saying for confirmation, the butterfly came in of our transformation, and having reached its completion as we get ready to take full flight along with Light Supernova Gaia, as we are one. Again, we all make up together the morphogenetic field of the Earth, okay? On Nova Gaia, I call kind of 12 the Ascension Earth. That's what I use. But again, everybody has different words for it. So pure divine love is a big energy over the last 2 days. It's going to be coming in, filling the 3 hour, every cell and atom, every vertebra. I let it run through our brains and blood and bones and ears and mouth and everything, okay? And again, we're expanding this out to the whole cosmos. Planetary diamond heart and brain and network and crystalline activations. So again, the crystals held within our blood, bones, fascia, skin especially, and diamond hearts and minds, and throughout also the crystalline networks that's also connected to our technology, the new crystalline technologies. Crystal cathedral, Räuche, Sophionic plasma pillars, and 12 pillars of men activations. So again, these are, I'm going to leave a link below, basic energetic pillars that are also helping us stabilize and anchor more of the plasma frequencies. And the new crystal cathedrals also connect to our kind of Eucharistic blueprint of our own anatomy, plasma light body anatomy, the new crystalline blueprint. So a lot of mother arc energies continue, and they're assisted by the diamond white vortex that are connecting us. So from the earth and the core going to the God worlds, okay? That's still open. And you can always work with that in your own energy work. I do at least. And it's really a vortex. I connect to my own energy field or that of the planet, and then it goes all the way back to source, literally, and transports any remaining density, any of the energy that's been released back to source for re-encryption. And it's really drawing out like a big hoover any remaining of the density, impurities, AI, and all that's artificial and organic. Across all timelines, all dimensions, all realities as one. And again, also the people who've taken part in the activations, again, this is 3 days, it's still very active, which very nicely fits in with today's activation. To bring everything we have assembled more online, integrated further. And really, we've been fully freeing ourselves from the old matrix overlays and holographic inserts. And any moment now, we're revealing all new organic ascension realities, the new Edenic realities we hold in our blueprint, and that will again, in divine timing, fully activate. But we can also obviously do our part to do this at a daily basis. Again, for many years now, I've been clearing my field and activating, upgrading it. So as I always say, clearing, calling in more light to simplify it at a planetary, cosmic and personal level. And it's just layer after layer after layer after layer. And whatever comes in, different things that come up in themes, as you've seen with the activations. And it's just, you keep going until it's done. That's really all you can do. And keep holding the vision and the lights and the energy. You do your very best. And we're all doing our very best. And and again, we all came here to do different things, hold different keys and codes. Don't compare yourself with anyone. It's bullshit. Because you can't compare apples and oranges. Okay, but we can all learn from one another. And we're all equal here. That's why we're bringing back equality. It's a big theme. It's a big frequency. We're here to embody, and it's part of the balance and the harmony. We're all entering now. And I hope you can feel it and start to feel it. So also as the last point, cosmic clock settings change to multidimensional access and awareness. Again, infinite possibilities and highest probabilities become fully accessible to us now. Also connected to divine, groupings, to draw our soul group together, divine unions, the highest probabilities and timelines or realities. We don't really use timelines anymore, but you get me. So that's what we're fully aligning now with. Also, everything we spoke about today, we'll also integrate into the activation. At an energetic level, as always, there's so much that comes through that's beyond words, and it's energy, really, that we are transmitting. So I'm just having a quick look here. Yeah, but also we need to realize new Earth is all around us. Okay, you need to imagine you have a 360-degree bubble all around you. Okay, that's your aurora orb body. Goodness, starting having trouble to speak. So you have a plasma bubble around you, and within that you have your Merkabas, and you use it as a travel vehicle. Okay, but it's basically 360 degrees, full multidimensional access. And I don't know even what I was going with that right now. Hilarious. Where was I going with that? I can't remember now. But yeah, use the bubble, travel. Oh yeah, reality. You have realities all around us. So this is yours. So when we think we're traveling somewhere or when we're going somewhere, it's ultimately, you can do this, or where we're getting to is where you're tuning into a different frequency of where you want to be. And it's literally a frequency, so multidimensionally also. But that's really how I see and remember teleportation working. It's, you're not really going anywhere and have to travel anywhere in regards to light years. It's because time and space and gravity is part of the 3D illusion or concept. You need to take that out of the equation, and it's literally a frequency, as popping, as if popping out of thin air kind of reality and way of teleportation, if that makes sense. So unless anyone has a question, because I think people were more chatting here. How do I keep track of all of this? Which part? The universe? Creation? I am creation. You are creation. We all just focus on different parts. For me, it's also, this reality is so unreal. The realest you do get is in meditation, going inside and within and beyond the normal 5 senses and realities. This is why this is so important. It's part of your gifts and abilities. That's what we're here for. 13 to 15. And indigo, so we call themselves star seeds, usually have 24 to 48. Now with the new Indigo 4 type, 72 strands, and as I see, triple helix DNA. And basically this also gives you more gifts and abilities. So that's really brought online as you believe in your gifts, your inner seeing, your inner sight, and you're using it and you're sharing it. That's at least how I'm experiencing it. But again, everybody needs to know this from their own inner, knowing and wisdom and what they are able or ready for to step into. But we're really safe now, because that was also a big part for many of us, the transcendence of fear around speaking our truth in so many ways, because we've been hunted down and killed and raped and poisoned, whatever, over many eons, tortured for what we held, for what we're bringing back now. So it hasn't really been safe to open our hearts to, really trust and, being able to access this. So it's always connected to so many parts. It's not just, us having been invaded. It's, we can look at this from many different perspectives. And again, the highest perspective is we fell in consciousness, ultimately. That's what brought all of the crap in. So, and that's what we're correcting now. So we're connecting to cosmic consciousness, we're reconnecting to source, we're reconnecting to our true north and Andromeda galaxy. And everything else is going, gone, dissolving, fully dissolving. Okay, and we're awakening from the dream. That's ultimately what it is. That's what I've been seeing. And let's see how it works out when I really feel there's nothing else left to do as such. I mean, you never really know. That's the whole thing. All you can rest is in childlike wonder. You can just rest in the timeless state of the eternal now moment, where you are timelessly, but then at times you will feel impatient and you will feel frustrated, and then you feel fine again, and then you will have neutrality again. You just keep falling back. You just don't resist any of it. You don't judge it. You don't push it down. You don't suppress anymore. We just also don't let it take hold of us and then let us act out and create more suffering or self-destructive, ways of dealing with it and harming ourselves, maybe more, or others, with the emotions, because it's all about becoming emotionally and mentally very responsible, accountable for us and our realities and our way of being, and being the master self that we know we can be. And I feel we're really there now, where it really all clicks into place and the new blueprint can fully take over and ignite the Adamic realities. In the eternal now. Exactly. Relax in this eternal now. Childlike wonder, the uncertainty. Who the heck knows what we've come up with? Let's see. I really don't have any worries left. It's more a question of, okay, can we get on with this now? Because we've really waited long enough. Yeah. Okay, so let's get ready for the quick activation of very, very quickly, 1 minute. And you can get some headphones if you like, so you can hear it better. And you might want to sit or lie down. So 1 second. Okay. So I don't think there are any questions. Yes, we're still live. And I'm going to record it separately as well. And for those that were in the Giza or the Giza activation, I'll just close the window. It's going to be a little bit similar, but we're going to start off in the Giza pyramids. So we're taking our light body there and we work from there. But again, it will be more light language based than me speaking so many English words, if that makes sense. So just relax, sit down, or whatever you like. Lie down, sit down. And just come to rest. And take a couple of deep breaths. Breathing in light. Breathing out any tension, any stress. Any worries, any thoughts. Just let them go. And fully center yourself in your heart space. Beautiful crystalline diamond heart. Diamond rose heart. Beautiful petals. Shining like a beautiful diamond. Glistening. Feel how it's already softening and opening a little bit wider than it was before. And with the next breath, we take a breath into our heart center. And a little bit up there, like a ball of plasma light. Hold it for a moment. And with the next breath, you breathe it out into your energy field, like a big bubble of crystalline diamond plasma light. Clearing any lower negative energies, entities, vibrations, thought forms, behaviors, belief systems, any density held in our field, effortlessly released back to source for transmutation. Any EMFs, 6, 5, 4, 3G, all negative energies, frequencies in our field totally neutralized, purified, cleared. Bringing purity, divinity, harmony, and balance to our fields on all levels, layers, and dimensional expressions of us unified as one here and now. Our whole multidimensional selves unified as one. As we call back all of our soul pieces, soul fragments, soul aspects, all of us back home, purified and healed. Suyana shukarayate akete skukanate keke natarashkarayata umneyanana sute kunakara ea tunaina dese sakara sheke kenayete kenatatara shukukura shikikanate sukreya kanananayana terasete asete tu ushkanaye katara satea komananetea kaya ya nese tuya naina nena satea ke kunana sheta kukanatea Purify, clear, heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade our whole morphogenetic field to the highest divine blueprint available in this now moment. Every cell, every atom, every atomic and subatomic particle and wave, and all the spaces in between. Mitochondrial, DNA, RNA, quantum time codes, the divine template of the 144 plus 3 as 1. Triple helix DNA, usukushakaina. Ya ku ne setakarata sunayana kinashikadata. We're calling upon all the beings of light in alignment with the law of one to assist us in this undertaking, this activation. All the angelics, dream weavers, dream keepers, gatekeepers, Agathans, ancient ones. Call upon the cosmic dragons, Aquafarian, Aquafae, blue feathers, the Aurora races, Christ our family, guardians, the true ascended masters. Call upon Mother, Father, God, and the Holy Sophia. Calling upon our galactic brothers and sisters, Syrians, Palladians, Venusians, Arcturians, Alpha Centaurians, Andromedans, Lyrians, all those beings in alignment with the law of one. All tribes, all creeds. Now, become aware of your plasma body, which is your energy body just around your outside skin. You can breathe into it through your skin from the inside out. Maybe feel into it. Activating our plasma, rainbow, body of light. Unusushaya yenekeke rashana sate rasana teke yaka. Kokona site yakekena tarasata. Kona te yakeanasa. Now see yourself in the pyramid of Giza. See yourself either in the Queen's or the King's chamber. And place yourself into the sarcophagus in front of you. And lie down there. Unasanatea shekena tarasataya kenakera sa uwa. He unayana yana na 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 shoya yana te yana sana yana tutu yana ya. Ne na yana kira shkut ay sa. Ay sa. Kuna yana ya. Ona ya. Now, see a spark of light, the center of your third eye. See how it becomes a beautiful diamond Merkaba shape. And with the next breath, you send this down to the crystalline core of the earth through your central column. Until you feel it has arrived. Otherwise, give it another breath. Connect with the core of the earth, the crystalline core, the heart of Gaia, which connects throughout all the dimensional expressions of earth, through time and space. With the next breath, you breathe this up to about 30, like the Merkaba, a ball of light, down to about 30 centimeters beneath your feet. Draw it back up. And then you blow it out to a platform beneath your feet. Circular platform, around 30 centimeters. And then with the next breath up, breathe this up as a column of light all around you as we connect through Sirius, through the metagalactic cord of Sirius, the Andromedan gateway, to the core of Andromeda, to the Lion Stargate, through the pre-meta fields of the Sophia, and back to Source. And then we connect this all back down, all the way back down to the Giza pyramids, into the core of the earth. Okay, beautiful column of diamond white light. So we breathe this up all around us like a big column of light, up to Sun, Sirius, Andromedan gateway, to the heart of Andromeda. Connect here for a moment. Truly align with your north, the Andromeda galaxy, through your heart, your central column. So Tuna ena sataya kuyana kia kiasite. Feel this connection between the Andromedan heart and core, your own heart and the core of the earth. Strengthen this connection and vertical alignment through your own Merkaba, Naxiatonal alignment. Esu ishke natara asa eke ena ara ora eae tenatea tete. And now we connect up through the 7 higher heavens to Lyra, Armatina, Ascension. It's 12 to 15 the earth. Highest alignment, our diamond avatar, guardian, Rishi, self and consciousness, all unified as one. Sanate eshkenate takara kukanatera senata Nanate ai nana sara kenana ai humana sea. Connecting to our royal lineages, the houses of Lyra, connecting to our magic grail queen and king identities, our guardian self, our ascended master self, our diamond avatar self, our Christ Sophia blueprint, fully unified, merged as one. Huyana se shekeaka, huyana kerasa, enena senate, ay, 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 unana ye, ay, ay, anana senate, ay, ay, ayane, unasea, uta, ea, te na yu euna kia na sa na kia kieta ushunatea ke sera naya. Now we further connect up through the primal sound and light fields of the Sophia. The prematter fields of pure potentiality. So ena sekeya eu ero ena ui ena sekeya. And back up, all the way back to Godhead, heart and mind of God, pure consciousness. Release anything and everything that's still holding you down or back or weighing heavily on you. Leave it all here for re-encryption, total dissolution. Everything that's false, artificial, any density, miasma, any karmic load, any and everything, limiting thought forms, behaviors, belief systems, all blueprints and templates fully released now, fully dissolved. Unatera kaya kura kenanana satara 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 sa kukunata. And now with the next breath, we're connecting all the way back through the stargates to Giza and sending this light into the core of Earth. Through Lyra, Andromeda, Andromedan Gateway, Sirius, Metagalactic Core, Sun, Giza, Crystalline Core. Sukana se ke rushunanta asa ke. Stargates wide open. Esu na yena kena satara sata esu ashania ke eya. Sukana saka See yourself still in a sarcophagus, in a pyramid of Giza, anchoring this pure source light through you into the grids, into the core of the earth. Diamond white light, and with it the emerald ray and full Kunda ray rainbow frequencies. Kunasakya. Run this through all the grids, all the ley lines, Q sites, stargates, arc sites, trinity gates, organic ascension gateways, vortexes, power points, chakra points, ancient sites, solar temples, pyramids, crystal pyramids. Ignite, activate, crystalline grid. Asuna kena seke anasata yana sakira saka. Feel the 12-pointed tree of life and cosmic quantum tree of life activating within your field. Insuna kena sakara shakana satea kena kanasa. Activating all stargates. Isuna seya. 12, 24, 48, 72. Ushuna kana shakara sukunatea kekena satara sataya. All the waters, aquifers, crystals, crystal beds, crystal caverns, diamond grid, diamond mines. Unusunatera sakaya nashanatea ke. Cultist network, platinum diamond network, Mias Greas, Lake Titicaca, Easter Island, Roslyn Chapel, with link in to Chartres Cathedral, Stonehenge, Giza, Uluru. Unanatea shekena sa yena karasaku yena kena yena kea yana sana yena se okura nanana yanate. Activating the crystalline networks, crystalline technologies, crystalline caverns, crystalline pyramids. Unanana she yanatara yanasa. Within and without. Crystal Cathedral Network. Activate. Anaina senatayana kuya ya sena kia. Awakening our ancient memories, gifts, abilities, psychic senses. Asunate anananananana sanatara satea kikina kia. Fully reclaiming our history records, opening the mental stargates, passageways, halls of records fully for all those in alignment to access Ina Sanganatara Shuku Yana Kina. The true emerald tablets return to humanity. True wisdom, true gnosis. Ananase. Tana sana yinaki atara sununtara yinaki. Anayinate. Also connecting to Karnak in Egypt, Habsatu Temple, other pyramids and sacred sites there. activating the planetary heart grids to its fullest extent. Grid systems. Unananina seyo. Nena yena kena tarashukuna dea kena se. Uyanana yena kia kura. Eyo. Unanane unane unana. Neuna ena seata. Unana ena deuna. Une atanate. Dae. Nae nase. Una te ane ane na. Une. Nae. Anuna. Enia. Kuna. Ese. Ah. Neate una nase neaki tanae ena ena se una yaki tana enaki una ese una ena ena suna ea ana Ane se ane teune ai una enate una ane ai aya te ne una enate unte ane enase ona nainate tunaya eise eakanata nai bashu kura kainate nasanai unaye asu ae ate ena teise anaya. Focus on your sacred diamond rose heart and crystal lotus heart. Feel its petals opening ever wider, one by one, wider and wider, glowing brighter and brighter, releasing any and all remaining fears, doubts, worries, grief, sadness, fear, loss, and illusions of separation. Unae nae ana nase, unae eya, anae nate ayunae, una sunae, tenuye, anae nate unae nase. Unae enate yuna keuta tanaye aneasu ae e e e e unae te yuna suna eanata eone Anatu Sake Yuna Katara Sanaye Mana Yanasu Kazayana Te Aye Aye Aya Umaye Eute Daya Sayenana. Feel your heart like a big open stargate, opening wider and wider in all directions. Releasing all contractions, any tightness, any density still remaining, melting any remaining walls of ice still held around our hearts as we open up to ever greater levels of pure, divine, true source love for ourselves, for others, and welcoming this into our lives. Unaina te ushuna ta enu yene nasa. Unahina ye nunukunata yashe kura ke ana soyate nayana se ye una. No so nana inaki aenate nase yana nana ea ana se yuka to sare maya inuna tukara sekera sukura yane nana enakera sha inanana unanane ananana yakeate kusukuna shikea kikena kikea oya ya nasuko. Releasing any remaining density back to source effortlessly, filling our field with pure divine, pure source, diamond white light. Purifying all. See this beautiful liquid, crystalline, plasmic light flowing through all the grids, all the stargates, sacred sites, pyramids, ancient sites, vortexes, crystal beds, crystal caverns, all igniting, spiritualizing the waters, the living waters of earth, returning, purifying, clearing, harmonizing, balancing, upgrading all the elementals and platonic solids of fire, earth, crystal, water, air, ether, across the one consciousness and the one organic ascension creatrix field. Now, sukuna seke ananana shuku ya nata ya kukuna ishkera yeta oyamane nanasa yanakia ushkara ada sku ainakira iskara ayana kudashkareta ayapara ko ishkanama yana sa ayakarata kukera yanashkara yeta rasata kuyanakira iskara kaya. Connecting to the human heart grid, cosmic heart. See the whole of the planet as a beautiful big ball of crystalline diamond white light, opalescent, iridescent, beautiful plasma light. And now we are expanding this out to all realms, all the planets, our whole solar system, Milky Way galaxy, universe, the whole multiverse, all of creation, all one. Now, una sarasate, una nana ashkanayinate, anana asanate, ayanatara asunayinate, ayanate, ani. Uyanana asaray, eko ashanate, eko nananane. Your whole field, all of creation, purified and ascending the highest states in consciousness and frequency. Now, una sanate akenatara shuntuna yenate, whole field, pure diamond white light. Asui, ai. Anaina te ushana ina tanae tane naseune nayaki tananae enasunae ayu nae ina. Unified as one, heart, mind, body and soul, logos, once again. Cosmic logos, healed, unified as one tribe. Inatarashanaka ashkaraikira ananasara tetenaea eanananasa enanaea geae unanaya easho unanamena eake eanauna enae enanasana yananate eonakena nasana nashungana nenate aratarasaratatara ekinakatarasu Unnanatea kadattarae, enanasunnana yenanata, annana yenanata, unnana yenana eata, uwa ea, uyanaseaka, unnaseate, ushonatea kia. Usunatea keata. Now feel yourself into your body. Feel yourself in the pyramid and call your plasma light body back to you. Fully unified and healed in the here and now. Unifying our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies as one consciousness, our whole multidimensional selves as one embodied in the here and now. Bringing the high dimensional frequencies into this realm and the here and now and our locations into the grids. Sending another ball of light from our third eye into our hearts. From our hearts into the core of the earth, into the grids. Suku ishkana ena teiraki e unana anansatara sa e ya wa e nana sana ye ki atara ya nasa kukunate ka nasanata. Feeling once more into the planetary heart grid, emerald heart grid, connecting us with the cosmic heart grid and emerald grid and interdimensional communication network. Usunatera satara sakoshunati anatarasa. Ayayayaya. Uyaye. Eyaua. Tasua. Ke anata. Connecting us cosmically through as our multidimensional self with our cosmic brothers and sisters throughout the realms, to now unified as one, as we call forth our cosmic reunion, ignited from within, all new organic ascension realities now. Sujan sha ay 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 o ay asai o ay 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 oya ya na ya ke ya o ya sa ya ne ya na ya ke. Calling back all of our soul pieces, soul fragments, all of our quanta, all of our multidimensional self, fully anchored in the here and now, in our bodies now, unified as one. Sukurasa, ekanate, ananata, rasata. So as it is spoken, so it is done. So as it is spoken, so it is done. So as it is spoken, so it is done. Sunashakia tatara sate yanakarata. Tunasata. Ea karataraya. Uyanaya ki tushunaya. Unayaya. Yusunate. Aratarata. Ki kakaratutu shukunate yaki 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 yaki. Unayinata. Unayaki. Feel pure divine love emanating from your heart out, and pure source light radiating out from your heart, out into your field, out into your realities, out into all that is throughout time and space. Filling every cell, every atom, every atomic and subatomic particle and wave, your whole multidimensional self, your whole field, and all that is with pure, true source and divine love. Only Aya. Ne te you na satara satana yara ne yasu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we come back fully into our bodies, fully anchored in the here and now. Call all of yourself back to you, into this moment, unifying heaven on earth as one through our hearts. Higher and lower self, masculine, feminine, and the divine child, the Holy Trinity, divine union, fully realized as one consciousness. Unatarasate kukunaye, enanasaya, enonanenasea, enonaiaiaiaiaia, umana aya eo. All timelines merged as one, all DNA strands, all tribes, all realities, all realms, all universes. Unatara sata, eanata, eanate, ayayananata, tutayaki, enanasetarana, keonakatarata. So it is done, so it is done, so it is done, so it is. Thank you. Now, I hope you all enjoyed that. Let's take your time to Come back into your body fully. I hope that was helpful in opening our hearts to ever greater levels of love, being loved, welcoming love into our hearts, because it's all about love. And we're here to embody that. We're here to be divine love embodied. And we're figuring out now fully what that really is, what that looks like. And embodying that. And that's really what it is. And that's our true self. And it's also sometimes tough love, and it's sometimes gentle love, and it's an all-encompassing omni love for all life everywhere. That definitely is for sure. So as I said, I love any feedback. I appreciate any donations, comments, likes, shares, subscribes, all of that stuff. Thank you so much for being here now, for keeping on shining, for keeping on holding the vision and the light and facing it all and doing the nitty-gritty work and going. I know this pushes us sometimes right to the edge of sanity and all our limits and all of the energy we think we have, but just surrender in those moments. Know that you're always cared and supported, and everything else is literally part of the illusion. Fear is false evidence appearing real. A lot of this is made up in our heads. The worst scenarios and realities really, and that's what we need to overcome to now really switch over from just surviving to thriving, because it's here now to really merge, unify, synchronize with those realities, that frequency that is activated from within us now, okay, and will unfold like a beautiful flower and a beautiful rose. And that's what our hearts are doing. You can do the activation again as well at a later point if you want to. And yeah, I think that's it for today, unless anyone has a question, we leave it there. Thank you all so much. Hi, Bernadette. Thank you so much for your support on all levels. So much love. Luna, Sharon, Ellen, Victoria, David, Diana, Sharon again. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for keep anchoring the light, being the light, shining away by being the change and making it happen every moment with every word, thought, feeling, belief, action we take. Okay, and the further you jump, the more you face your fears and just go for it, because again, you can't really get this wrong. It's all experiences, and quite frankly, we've been through it all millions of times. What is there left to fear? Literally nothing. I can't find anything left. So hallelujah. New Earth is here now. Let's be this. Keep remembering. No more forgetting. No more falling asleep. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye, bye, bye. And many, many blessings. Thank you so much for all your support. Okay. I don't know if I've said that enough. Thank you so much for your support in all ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Deepest gratitude. Thank you. Let's do this. I love you. Bye, bye.